Alright, for those of you who have been living under a rock, there is a teaser trailer for a new auction system coming soon to World of Tanks that's going to offer up 5 exclusive vehicles for gold or free XP. But why the hell use free XP as a currency source? You're just promoting gold to currency conversions and then siphoning that back. So it's like the same holiday ops gold siphon for black market, but more steps into free XP. I don't know, I don't get it. But it's also the auction part of a black market, not the clickly click and you missed it part, I guess. So I guess we're having that later on. But whatever. So we're off to a very quick start with 2022. Just finishing holiday ops. And we're getting rank battle mode and half of a black market. So maybe this will provide a good siphon and Wargaming will use it more often or something. But it's basically siphon back the gold or the holiday ops rewards and stuff. So whatever. So we'll go through the video and we'll talk about the hints presented about the 5 exclusive vehicles. But it's only a speculation, so it's not a leaked list. So take it with a grain of salt, but some of the stuff are actually like 70% confirmed, I guess. Well, others are more like 10. So who the hell knows, but everybody's speculating. So take it with a grain of salt, especially after last year's black market where Wargaming will purposefully put fake JPEGs of leaked photos of black market to confuse people of the offers coming soon. So that was a big red herring, which I already covered. But so take it with a grain of salt. Nothing is set. It is only speculation. But we'll take a look at the hints or Easter eggs or tips, I guess, or hints, whatever you call these, of the stuff likely coming soon, January 14th to 19th. But let's go with the hints. So starting off, we have the gavel. It has a number on the ring of the base, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. So people are thinking about tier 10, tier 8, tier 10, tier 8, tier 10. So not likely in that order, but 5 vehicles, 2 different tiers. So whatever. Nothing to complain, nothing to argue or question. I guess it's okay. Might be just a random number, but whatever. There's no 2 or 4 or something, so nothing that garbagey of exclusiveness, I guess. First item is a triangle with the number 53.6. So if you multiply that by 5, that's a 268. Obviously, a lot of people thought about Object 268 version number 5. It's also a triangle tank destroyer. So we'll take a look at the stats, but it's not a new tank destroyer. It's not a new tank. It has been in the game files for, well, let's see. I made a video back in March 9th of 2016 on the initial stats of the Object 268 version number 5. That was about 6 years ago. Holy shit. Wow, that's a long ass time. But yeah, nothing's different. The stats haven't been changed much, so we'll take a look. Next, we have the Opera binoculars. So a lot of people thought this could be the Beijing Opera 113, which has been offered on the Chinese server. So there is a nuance to this item because for all the servers other than the Chinese server, we get the binoculars. But for the Chinese server, we get a box. So we'll talk about this nuance coming soon, but it's like 80% guaranteed that it's going to be the 113 Beijing Opera. So we'll take a look at the stats as well. But third item is an envelope with no name or address. So nobody knows what the hell is going on, but alright. It could be a tier 8. So we'll talk about this. But fourth item is a book with a rabbit and a bunny for a bookmark. there is a watch, but I don't think the watch is significant of sorts. I only think it's the rabbit part. I have no idea. So the covering is also bluish or blue and blackish in hue. So we'll talk about that. And the final item is an egg, ordinary. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ordinary egg thingy-majig, which people are thinking that it's going to represent the WZ-111-5A Kulin or Qilin, but alright, I mean, it has been offered in black market, but it was pretty exclusive, so that vehicle has not been offered on the Chinese server, so there is a small nuance, and that nuance is this. So this has been taken from the Chinese server version of the video, where instead of the binoculars, you have a box. So they're likely going to get a different offering for a exclusive vehicle than the Beijing Opera 113, because they already have the Beijing Opera 113. So pretty much confirming the Beijing Opera 113 for the rest of the servers. So alright, but those are the 5 vehicles. So we'll take a quick look at the stats, but the vehicles are not new, and the vehicles are not that much different, so nothing to write home about. But I have talked about this vehicle 6 years ago. It has been somewhat buffed in the meantime, but not that dramatic. So it's basically a IS-8 or T-10 heavy tank with a large turret and a 152, but I don't think it's that good of a sniping tank destroyer. So it's more for heavy tank brawling, or like a T110E4 in a sense. You have a commander cupola weak spot, and the hull is obviously the IS-8 or T10, so it's not going to bounce a lot of shells at tier 10, but makes more bonds or combat XP and crew XP. But paper tank, so expensive modifications were not implemented, yada yada. 152mm, crew of 5, fits the Object 268 versions of all the tanks, as well as the 704 and ISUs. Alright, but let's take a look at the firepower. So we already covered this vehicle a long time ago, but the best thing about this thing is the penetration. So high pen, high alpha, takes a while to reload, and slow turret traverse, but 5 degrees gun depression. DPM is alright, it's not the best, but not that bad. Accuracy is actually not bad for Russian. Aim time is a little bit long, but then again, it's a large caliber gun, so meh. But let's take a look at the... oh, that's not the thing. Let's take a look at this. Here it is. So the original comparison of the Object 268 version number 5, and we can compare this likely with the 114 SP2, which is going to be on offer in rank battle mode. But as you can see, accuracy with dispersion factors involving the turret traverse and the hull traverse are worse. It takes longer to aim, not as accurate, longer to reload, has more pen, has more alpha, has less DPM, a lot less. That's almost one shell of the 152. Also, shell velocity is kind of bad, 760 meters per second. And kind of bad, and only 30 rounds. 5 degrees gun depression, 15 elevation, also bad. Engine power is, horsepower per ton ratio is about the same, but surprisingly, it has not as fast reverse speed, but better top speed. So it also has better armor, obviously, but less health. And the view range is crap. 390 compared to 360. That's a dramatic difference. Dramatic. So firepower wise, the gun is alright. It's accurate enough for a heavy tank gun. So imagine this thing as a heavy tank rather than a tank destroyer. It's more close quarter combat than the 114 SP2. So use it like a heavy or medium tank in a sense, but let's take a look at the armor. Wait, they buffed the health? Since when? 2000 health. It's only 1900. Why is tanks.gg different? I have no idea why tanks.gg is different, but alright. Apparently this has more DPM in the client version than tanks.gg for some reason. Alright. Guess there is a coordination difference. Alright. But armor wise, let's take a look at the actual armor in the game. Commander Cupola weak spot. Yep, big tumor of a Commander Cupola. Shooting the turret bounce. Top of the turret is only 30 millimeters. Oh my gosh. Large caliber guns will overmatch the top of the turret. So, blah. IS-8 or T-10's hull armor. So, you'll get pinned from most guns. Other than shooting at the driver hatch. So, don't shoot at the driver hatch. You also can get shot trap from the turret into the top of the hull. So that's a bummer. Shoot there and shot trap into the top of the hull. Side scraping, meh, average. It's a IS-8. It's not known for armor. It's not that well known for armor. 90 at the side for the turret and 50 at the sides for the hull with 30 millimeters of space armor. Oh, well, use the front of the armor. It has 5 degrees, but the tumor on top is huge. Yeah, just shoot the tumor. It's not a tumor, but it's a medium tank, medium heavy tank with a large gun in a sense. So, okay, I guess. But mobility wise, top speed of 48, reverse of 15, hull traverse of 20. Is that the same as the? Well, somehow there are slightly different stats for tanks.gg compared to the in-game client. Also has a weird gun depression angle at the back of the hull, whereas you get a bigger cleft on the starboard side of the vehicle, whereas for the port side you still get 5 degrees for most part. That's interesting. Huh. Weird cleft. Alright, but yeah, it's alright. It's like a fat medium or light heavy, I guess. Camo is better than the 114 SP2. And view range is garbage. Wonderful. So overall, it's like a 5 out of 10. It's nothing to write home about. Exclusive? Okay. It has been in the game files for 6 years. Nothing that interesting. It's blah. Okay. I mean, it's not a T-22 medium tank, right? It's not that rigging. So on to the Beijing Opera 113. It's premium tier 10. Now I got this model from a mod, so it doesn't have the actual armor. Technically this game or this client does not have this vehicle. It is only available on the Chinese server, and that's why you don't get an armor value, because we only get the paper stats, we don't get the armor profile. So it's technically not in the game for now, but I can actually view the vehicle. And it's painted 113 pretty much. So let's take a look at the stats, but it is practically a 113. It's a legacy tank, but you can find the 113 under the legacy or collectors tab. But compare this with the Beijing Opera 113. Same stats other than the cost. Also the camo is the same. What the hell? You don't get a different camo? Huh. But fires the same shells. Same DPM, same accuracy. You can find the 113 from the collectors tab. So go to the collectors tab right here. China. And there's a 113. You can buy it right away. You just have a skin. But it is a premium for some reason. Or at least the mod says it is. It has more credit making capability. So premium tier 10 like the Chinese server. Social credit plus, right? But overall, yeah, 113 is alright, I guess. It's a collector's tank. It's more like a medium for now, but I haven't seen one in a long ass time, so There's no discount of you buying collector's tank, so nobody really have it nowadays. People still have the T62A and other stuff like the AMX30B, but 113 is a niche flavor, I guess. And on to the Qilin, or Qilin, whatever you pronounce it, but it has been offered in the black market before. It's a painted version of a 5A. That's it. That's pretty much it. Originally, there were a difference between the alpha and the reload, but they changed it, so it's just the same. So where the hell is the WZ5A? And compare this with the Qilin. There you go. The difference is cost again. And camo doesn't count too. What the hell? For some reason, camo doesn't count. Alright. It's not a premium tank for now compared to the Beijing Opera 113. So 5A is a great tank. If you know how to play it well, it's a great tank. Just hide the cupola weak spot, wiggle around, and out DPM the crap out of your opponents. That's how you play the 5A. You have gun depression, you have DPM, and this thing just wiggles around, try to avoid shots in the cupola, and that's pretty much it. So now on to the tier 8 on offer. So what I think about the envelope as well as the rabbit book is that for the envelope, a lot of people thought about recruitment tank, the T95E2, which is like a recruitment envelope thing, but that's not really exclusive, right? I thought that's going to be like this is somewhat of a premium, not really exclusive. And we already have the TL1, whatever the hell that thing, which is basically a same copy. So yeah, I think it doesn't have a name, so it might be nameless. Now there are two tanks from the Asian server, which are tied to anime Valkyria Chronicles, which is a tactical RPG or tactical strategic MMO thingy. Oh, it's a tactical, not MMO. It's a tactical Final Fantasy-esque of a gameplay with tanks, in a sense. Fantasy tanks. And they have a heavy tank for the Japanese, as well as a medium tank, but the envelope doesn't have a name or doesn't have an address. So I thought, introduce this. But there's no stats with the armor, so it's technically not in the game files. We might get a micro patch right before the auction, so who the hell knows, but it's nameless, so it has decent enough penetration and DPM for a heavy, but it's a tall boy. It's a big boy. It has 220 millimeters at the front of the hull and 240 for the turret front, but it has a gigantic cupola and it's a large ass target. So camouflage is garbage, but it does have 16 horsepower per ton ratio, top speed of 50, which is relatively fast, but it doesn't weigh that much, only about 35 tons. Okay. And view range is average, below average actually, but whatever. So that's nameless for the envelope, I guess. And for the rabbit, well, people are saying the turtle is a likely option with the rabbit and a turtle, but the turtle is not an exclusive tank. It's just a regular tank destroyer that you could buy with money. Well, not usually, but still, you could have bought the turtle with actual money or advent calendar thingy-majig, I think. I bought it for advent calendar, I think. I don't remember, but I got one for some reason. But show velocity is slow. It's not as good as a tortoise. Tortoise is a lot better. But it's not exclusive, right? This is not an exclusive tank. So I thought White Rabbit might be otherwise compared with the nameless tank. So yeah, it's a medium tank. It has very good horsepower per ton ratio of 25, top speed of 60 kilometers per hour, reverse of 20. So weighs about 32 tons, but it's a medium tank. DPM is alright. Penetration might be a little bit better, but it's pretty fast for a medium, so you have to shoot the sides or rear. But armor wise, 120. Doesn't have that much armor, but health is pretty chunky, I guess. 1400 health. Almost as a heavy. Concealment, not bad. View range, not bad. Crew of 5 though, which normally you don't have a radio operator other than tier 5s or lower tiers, like the Chinu or something, but otherwise, White Rabbit, maybe, quote unquote, I don't know, speculations. So, I don't know folks, but speculations here and there. So for all the other servers, this is likely going to be the Object 268 version number 5. This is very likely going to be the Beijing Opera 113. This might be the Qlin, Qilin, WZ5A, WZ111 5A. So as for the envelope in the book, I have no idea, but the recruitment T95E2 is not a exclusive tank, quote unquote, and the tortoise or the turtle is not an exclusive tank destroyer, quote unquote. So I don't think those are the actual case, but I don't know what the hell to think anymore. As for the Chinese server with the box, I have no idea. I really don't have any idea from tanks.gg full list or from actual full list in the tech tree. I can look at all the game files and the vehicles on offer, and I have no idea what the hell this thing represents. It's like a Pandora's box of some sort. No clue whatsoever. So some people are speculating that it is this thing. Give me a second to find it, but I highly doubt it, and I'm scared if it is. Which is, let me see if I can download this picture. Oh, here it is. I'll just show you. It's that thing. It's a golden Object 279. What the hell? So, Object 279, not the early version, the 726. No, it is the actual UFO Object 279, but it's gold plated. I mean, this thing could bounce actual armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding saber rounds from modern tanks into the game files where fighting against like Shermans or stuff. God damn. So Chinese server, who the hell knows? But yeah, this thing is scary. So box, who the hell knows? But egg, likely the WZ511, 511, 111 5A, and book, no idea. Envelope, no idea. Beijing Opera 113, and the Object 268 version number 5. It's not that interesting, but there you go, folks. Speculations on the whatever black market, half of a black market thing. So I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, as long as we get it out of the way, get the auction part of the way, so people don't cry about it, I guess it's fine. But this is a premium tier 10. I mean, you already have the STRVK, so I mean, might as well get the premium tier 10 out of the way now. It's already on the downward slope, but but there you go, folks. Speculation on the thingamajig called down the hammer or under the hammer, whatever the hell they call it, auction system. So take everything with a grain of salt. It is only a speculation, but hope you guys have fun, and we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Small